Hello friends. What happens when fire meets fire, when the bold Aries snake locks eyes with the radiant Leo pig? It's not just chemistry, it's combustion. Two signs, both born to lead, both driven by desire and destiny, but wrapped in entirely different skins. Aries snake moves with quiet precision, striking only when the moment is perfect. Leo pig bursts onto the scene with warmth, laughter, and unapologetic confidence. Together, they can create magic, or set the world ablaze. After watching, if you'd like to support the channel, click the Thanks button right under this video or use the donation alerts link in the description. Your support really helps me keep creating. And of course, if you enjoy the content, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thanks so much for being here. Now let's continue. Love. In love, the Aries snake and the Leo pig are drawn to each other like magnets, but this pull is more than physical, it's psychological, spiritual, and karmic. When these two souls meet, there's a quiet sense of recognition, as if they've been circling each other across lifetimes, waiting for the right cosmic second to collide. The first glance is electric. Their eyes lock and something unspoken hums between them. The snake feels the warmth of the pig's glow, that effortless charisma that makes everyone lean closer, while the pig is mesmerized by the snake's silence, that quiet danger that hints at untold depths. They orbit one another with curiosity and caution, each wondering who will speak first, who will surrender first, who will risk being known. Aries snake is not the kind to fall impulsively, despite being a fire sign. Their heart, ruled by Mars, burns hot but is guarded by the cool logic of the snake's ancient instinct. They move carefully, testing, reading, analyzing. Leo pig, however, is pure warmth. They love to love, and they do it openly, generously, like the sun spilling gold on everything it touches. This difference creates their first beautiful friction. The snake's restraint meets the pig's radiance, and between them sparks the delicate chemistry of contrast. The pig invites emotion, while the snake provokes curiosity. Together, they dance on the line between danger and delight. At the beginning, their romance feels like a movie montage, laughter echoing through late-night cafes, whispered confessions over candlelight, and that thrilling sense that something extraordinary is unfolding. The pig, endlessly expressive, showers the snake with affection, gifts, and gestures, while the snake returns subtle but potent tokens of care. A knowing look, a perfectly timed word, an unspoken promise of loyalty. The world around them seems to pause, suspended in the intensity of their growing connection. But love is not only a meeting of two hearts, it's a test of two egos. And here, their differences begin to surface. Aries snake values control, not because they are cold, but because control gives them security. They want to know that emotions will not consume them, that vulnerability will not turn into weakness. Leo pig, ruled by the sun and softened by the pig's kindness, needs open affirmation. They crave to be seen, celebrated, adored. To them, love is theater. It needs applause, reassurance, and a constant exchange of visible affection. When the snake grows silent, lost in introspection, the pig begins to worry. Have they stopped loving me? When the pig grows too loud, too demanding of attention, the snake's inner alarms go off. Are they trying to control me? Thus begins the endless waltz of approach and retreat. Yet beneath these struggles lies a powerful emotional current that neither can deny. The snake is fascinated by the pig's emotional courage, how effortlessly they give love, how they wear their heart like a crown. The pig, in turn, is drawn to the snake's quiet strength, how they can make a single glance feel like a promise, how they seem to see through masks and straight into truth. The snake teaches the pig to slow down, to savor silence, to understand that love is not always a performance but sometimes a private ritual. The pig teaches the snake to open up, to share laughter loudly, to believe that love is safest when it's shared, not hidden. When their love is strong, their union becomes transformative. The Aries snake's natural intensity gives the Leo pig's passion focus. Together, they create a relationship that feels like both a fortress and a flame, protective yet alive. The snake becomes less afraid of tenderness, while the pig grows more grounded and patient. Their connection deepens beyond romance. it becomes spiritual, a meeting of purpose, a shared evolution. They are the couple that others admire but cannot fully understand, because their bond operates on both visible and invisible levels. But when love weakens, their differences become chasms. The snake retreats into emotional shadows, convinced that distance will restore order. The pig, frightened by silence, begins to chase reassurance, sometimes with words, sometimes with drama, sometimes with the desperate insistence of a heart afraid to be forgotten. Misunderstandings multiply, affection turns into argument, passion into pride. The snake's coolness becomes the pig's heartbreak, the pig's intensity becomes the snake's exhaustion. And yet, even in conflict, their eyes betray them. There's still that flicker, that undeniable sense that love has not died, only hidden behind fear. What keeps this love alive is the balance they can find between mystery and openness. The snake must learn that revealing emotions is not surrender, it's trust. The pig must learn that silence is not rejection, it's reflection. When they reach this understanding, their relationship becomes one of rare beauty, a fusion of depth and warmth, logic and emotion, privacy and celebration. Their love story isn't simple, but it's real, layered, and endlessly fascinating. In the long term, Aries Snake and Leo Pig become each other's mirrors. The snake begins to see that passion can exist without control, that vulnerability can be power. The pig learns that strength isn't about constant expression but about quiet faith, the ability to love even in silence. Together, they craft a language of love that belongs only to them, half-spoken, half-felt, yet always understood. And when the world sees them walking side by side, the poised snake with eyes that hide galaxies, and the luminous pig with laughter like sunshine, they see a pair that defies ordinary definitions of compatibility. Their love may not be easy, but it is profound, transformative, and unforgettable. Because sometimes, the best kind of love isn't the one that calms you, it's the one that awakens everything inside you, even the parts you were afraid to feel. Marriage. Marriage between an Aries snake and a Leo pig is not a quiet garden. It's a sprawling empire, full of fire, flare, and fierce devotion. It's a story of two people who both want to lead, not out of pride alone, but because each believes deeply in their vision of love, loyalty, and life itself. When they choose to marry, they don't just exchange vows, they enter a contract of willpower, energy, and destiny. Their marriage is rarely lukewarm, it's either burning hot with passion or smoldering with tension, but it's never dull and never without depth. For these two, commitment is not about convenience, it's about conquest, creation, and the courage to stay when things get difficult. The Aries snake approaches marriage as a lifelong mission. They bring foresight, intelligence, and a sense of purpose to every decision. They plan not just for tomorrow but for decades ahead, building safety nets that no one else sees. Their mind is strategic, their loyalty unwavering, their desire for control both a blessing and a test. They take their vows seriously, perhaps too seriously, seeing the union as something to protect and maintain like a sacred fortress. They are the silent architect, ensuring that the relationship is not only built on love but also on logic and stability. Leo Pig, on the other hand, comes into marriage with open arms and a radiant heart. They are the warmth that fills the home, the laughter that echoes through the halls, the one who turns the mundane into magic. For them, marriage is not a structure, it's a living organism that must be fed with affection, humor, and shared dreams. They bring generosity of spirit, emotional intelligence, and an instinctive understanding of joy. When the snake builds the walls of the castle, the pig fills it with light. Together, they create a world that feels both safe and alive. But where there is fire, there are flames, and the greatest challenge between these two is power. Aries snake leads through subtlety. They prefer quiet influence, guiding with strategy, shaping outcomes from the shadows. Leo pig leads through visibility. They are bold, expressive, commanding. They want their voice heard and their presence felt. Both are natural leaders, but their styles clash dramatically. The snake might see the pig's openness as reckless. The pig might see the snake's reserve as emotional distance. This tension can either destroy them or define them, depending on how they handle it. When the balance tilts too far, storms brew. The snake, feeling unappreciated or undermined, can become cold, distant, manipulative, pulling emotional strings to regain control. The pig, feeling controlled or dismissed, can turn dramatic, stubborn, and prideful, using emotion as both sword and shield. Arguments between them are rarely small, they're theatrical, charged with passion and power. Yet, even in their fiercest fights, there's love beneath the surface, a strange, stubborn tenderness that refuses to let go. The secret to harmony in their marriage lies in the art of respect. When Aries Snake respects Leo Pig's need for visibility, and Leo Pig respects Aries Snake's need for quiet authority, something remarkable happens. They stop competing and start complementing. The snake learns to appreciate the pig's warmth as strength, not weakness. The pig learns to see the snake's control as protection, not suppression. In these moments, they become each other's balance, the snake giving direction, the pig giving life to that direction. Their marriage thrives when they divide their strengths wisely. The snake handles the long-term vision, finances, planning, strategy, ensuring their empire stands the test of time. The pig becomes the emotional heart, managing social ties, family, celebrations, and the day-to-day joy that keeps love alive. When they understand their roles not as rivals but as allies, they become unstoppable. Their union can weather economic struggles, personal challenges, and even external jealousy because their foundation is both mental and emotional. In the home they build together, you'll find contrast everywhere. Quiet mornings of shared coffee where words are few but meaningful. Loud evenings filled with friends, laughter, and stories. The snake may design the structure of their lives, but the pig ensures it's lived fully. Their marriage has rhythm, like fire meeting melody, like steel meeting sunlight. They are constantly learning from one another. The snake learns the beauty of surrender, the pig learns the wisdom of restraint. Over time, the Aries snake's stoicism softens under the pig's touch. The snake, who once preferred solitude, begins to crave the warmth of shared presence. They start to smile more, laugh easier, and understand that love isn't weakness, it's strategy at its most profound. Meanwhile, the Leo pig, once impulsive and emotionally extravagant, learns patience from the snake. They begin to think before they act, realizing that some victories are silent, some affection unspoken. Together, they evolve, each polishing the other into a more complete version of themselves. Of course, their marriage isn't without moments of darkness. There will be times when the snake's suspicion meets the pig's pride, when jealousy or ego clouds their shared vision. But these storms, though fierce, rarely last. The love between them runs deeper than temporary anger. The snake cannot resist the pig's warmth for long. The pig cannot bear the snake's absence. They always find their way back, sometimes with tears, sometimes with laughter, but always with renewed commitment. For both, leaving would feel like abandoning a part of their soul. When this marriage matures, it becomes something sacred, not perfect, but powerful. It is built on shared courage, mutual admiration, and an understanding that their love is both fire and faith. They support each other's dreams not out of obligation, but out of genuine pride. The snake watches the pig shine and feels no envy, only satisfaction that their beloved's light is part of their shared empire. The pig watches the snake plan and feels no impatience, only trust that their future is safe in capable hands. This is the essence of their loyalty, a deep, intuitive knowing that they are better together than apart. And so, their marriage stands as a testament to the beauty of duality, strategy and spontaneity, control and compassion, silence and celebration. They are each other's opposite and equal, each other's challenge and comfort. The world may not understand their intensity, their endless debates, or their passionate reconciliations, but those who witness their love know it's real. It's the kind of marriage that endures, not because it's flawless, but because it's alive, evolving, and full of purpose. When they walk through life hand in hand, the quiet strategist and the radiant dreamer, they embody the truest form of partnership, two distinct souls who choose, every day, to build something greater than themselves. An empire not of dominance, but of devotion. A love not of fleeting pleasure, but of lasting power. Because when the Aries snake and the Leo pig finally understand that love is not about control, but about collaboration, their marriage becomes what all others secretly aspire to be: passionate, loyal, and eternal. Sex. The sexual chemistry between an Aries snake and a Leo pig is electric, not just in spark, but in charge, in voltage, in that invisible current that hums between two people who seem designed to ignite one another. Their connection in the bedroom is not casual, not mechanical, but something that feels theatrical, emotional, even sacred. It's a territory where dominance meets devotion, where control collides with surrender, and where every touch carries the weight of unspoken emotion. The Aries snake is a sensual strategist. For them, intimacy is not just a release, it's a performance of intellect, instinct, and intuition. They understand the psychology of pleasure. Every move is considered, every pause deliberate, every breath a part of their silent choreography. Their touch isn't hurried, it's studied. They are the lover who memorizes the other's reactions, who learns the map of their partner's body as if it were a sacred text. Seduction, to the snake, is an art form, a ritual of power exchange disguised as passion. Leo pig, on the other hand, is pure warmth. They bring exuberance, joy, and authenticity into every encounter. Their passion is loud, generous, and real. They don't calculate, they feel. They enter intimacy with an open heart and an unguarded spirit, seeking connection as much as pleasure. Their laughter, their spontaneity, their emotional honesty all make them irresistible. They are a lover who gives without hesitation, who believes that every kiss should mean something, that every embrace should tell a story. When these two meet, the combination is mesmerizing. The snake's magnetic control draws the pig in. The pig's uninhibited passion disarms the snake's guarded heart. Their encounters are rarely ordinary. Each one feels like a scene from an epic, filled with heat, tenderness, and the pulse of something deeper than desire. The snake's slow-burning intensity perfectly complements the pig's expressive enthusiasm. Together, they create a rhythm that's both primal and poetic, a meeting of body, mind, and soul that feels larger than life. The snake, ever observant, is fascinated by how easily the pig moves from laughter to longing, from teasing to tenderness. The pig, in turn, is enchanted by the snake's mystery, the quiet confidence, the controlled energy that promises both safety and danger. Their intimacy becomes a language in itself, one that needs no translation. The snake communicates through precision, through small, deliberate gestures that speak of possession and protection. The pig replies through warmth, through unfiltered emotion that breaks down the snake's icy composure and turns restraint into revelation. This dynamic makes their sex life not merely physical but symbolic. It mirrors the power balance in their broader relationship, the snake's instinct to lead and the pig's willingness to trust. Yet, in this sacred space, something magical happens, roles blur. The snake discovers the freedom of vulnerability, while the pig finds the thrill of surrendering control not out of weakness, but out of choice. For both, it becomes a transformative experience, one where pleasure becomes a path to self-discovery. There's a cinematic quality to their encounters. Imagine candlelight flickering across a room filled with laughter, tension, and quiet anticipation. The snake's movements are deliberate, smooth, almost hypnotic, while the pig's responses are spontaneous and heartfelt. Their chemistry is not rushed, it builds, deepens, evolves. Every meeting feels like both a seduction and a homecoming, two energies that should clash but instead merge perfectly. However, with such intensity comes a warning. Passion, when left unchecked, can become a weapon. The snake's need for control can easily tip into dominance, and the pig's craving for affection can morph into dependency. When emotional connection fades, when words stop flowing and hearts stop sharing, their physical connection can turn into a battlefield. The snake might withhold touch as a form of control. The pig might use desire as a plea for reassurance. In such moments, what once felt like union begins to feel like conflict, and their once electric connection flickers uncertainly. To prevent this, they must remember the golden rule of their love life: vulnerability is their greatest aphrodisiac. The more honest they are, about their fears, their needs, their fantasies, the stronger their bond becomes. For the snake, this means learning to let go of the constant need to orchestrate every encounter, to allow passion to be imperfect and real. For the pig, it means embracing the snake's silences without fear, understanding that even in restraint, there is deep emotion. When they reach that point of mutual trust, their intimacy transcends the physical. It becomes a sacred form of communication, one that heals, renews, and binds them. The snake's passion becomes protection, not control. The pig's openness becomes strength, not vulnerability. They begin to move together like music, one leading, the other responding, then switching roles seamlessly, without ego, without fear. And so, their sexual connection becomes the heartbeat of their relationship. It is where they rediscover one another after every argument, where they find comfort in chaos, where they turn passion into poetry. The snake feels seen in ways they never expected. The pig feels cherished in ways they always dreamed. They learn that real intimacy isn't about perfection, it's about presence, honesty, and the courage to be fully known. In the end, what makes their sexual bond so powerful is not the fire itself, but the faith it takes to sustain it. Every encounter reminds them that beneath the tension, beneath the desire, there is love. A love that thrives on balance, trust, and the constant rediscovery of each other's souls. For the Aries snake and the Leo pig, sex is not just pleasure. It's their language of truth, their confession of vulnerability, and their most profound act of unity. Friendship. Friendship between an Aries snake and a Leo pig is a story of contrast that somehow makes perfect sense. A blend of quiet intellect and radiant warmth, of caution and courage, of mystery and openness. At first glance, they might appear to have little in common. One moves through life like a strategist, seeing several steps ahead, valuing control, discretion, and observation. The other lives in the present, vibrant and wholehearted, radiating generosity and laughter that can light up even the darkest days. Yet, when these two souls cross paths, something special begins to unfold. An unlikely but magnetic bond born out of mutual fascination. The Aries snake approaches friendship like a chessboard. They don't rush in, they assess. They observe how people move, how they speak, what drives them. Trust is something the snake builds slowly, brick by brick, and once given, it is unwavering. Their friendship is never shallow. It's intentional, filled with meaning and loyalty that lasts a lifetime. They might seem detached at first, but underneath that calm, thoughtful exterior lies someone who treasures genuine connection. When they finally choose someone as a friend, it means they've already seen depth and integrity in that person. The Leo pig, in contrast, has an open-door policy when it comes to friendship. They are naturally magnetic, charming, and kind-hearted. People are drawn to their sunshine, to the way they make everyone feel seen, valued, and welcomed. The pig doesn't overthink. They believe in the goodness of people and approach life with the faith that friendship itself is a gift worth giving freely. For them, every laugh shared is a bond formed, every meal together a small celebration. They're loyal by nature, protective of those they care for, and remarkably forgiving. When these two meet, it's the meeting of fire and glow, of spark and warmth. The Aries snake is intrigued by the pig's sincerity. They see in them a kind of courage that doesn't come from intellect but from heart. The snake, ever cautious, finds the pig's openness both endearing and puzzling. How can someone trust so easily and still survive the world's sharp edges? Meanwhile, the Leo pig is enchanted by the snake's aura, that unspoken wisdom, that hint of mystery that feels both grounding and alluring. The pig senses that beneath the snake's stoic composure lies someone capable of deep care, even if they don't show it openly. Their friendship often begins with mutual curiosity. The snake watches the pig's bold laughter and wonders if it's real, and it always is. The pig notices the snake's calm silence and wonders what thoughts lie behind those eyes, and those thoughts are always fascinating. Slowly, they start to share space. The pig brings out the snake's softer side, coaxing out humor, playfulness, and even spontaneous joy. The snake, in turn, helps the pig slow down, think before giving too much, and see that kindness doesn't always mean saying yes. They balance each other in ways neither expects. The Aries snake teaches patience, boundaries, and discernment. They show the pig that sometimes wisdom means stepping back, that silence can be strength, and that not every person deserves access to your inner world. The Leo pig teaches the snake that life isn't meant to be analyzed endlessly. It's meant to be lived, felt, shared. They remind the snake that laughter can solve what logic cannot, and that even the most carefully built walls are better with a window or two. Still, this friendship works best when rooted in shared purpose. These two need something to build together, a common goal, a creative project, or a shared adventure. Without one, their energy can drift apart. The snake needs direction, the pig needs excitement. When they find that mutual pursuit, whether it's launching a business, writing something together, or simply traveling, they become unstoppable. The snake becomes the planner, the strategist, the one who ensures success. The pig becomes the motivator, the cheerleader, the one who infuses joy into the process. Together, they embody the perfect balance of focus and fun. But, of course, there are challenges. The Aries snake's tendency to analyze and critique can sometimes make the pig feel judged or underestimated. The pig's emotional openness, which they see as honesty, can strike the snake as naivete. If the snake withdraws too much, the pig feels abandoned. If the pig becomes too expressive, the snake feels overwhelmed. Misunderstandings can arise from their different emotional languages. One speaks in logic, the other in feeling. Yet, when both step back and remember their affection, their differences turn from obstacles into gifts. When the snake truly lets the pig in, the friendship deepens to something rare. They start to confide, to laugh more easily, to relax in one another's company. The snake finds in the pig a source of emotional warmth that softens their inner rigidity. The pig finds in the snake a source of wisdom that anchors their boundless optimism. Their connection becomes symbiotic. The snake helps the pig evolve from dreamer to doer, while the pig teaches the snake that some dreams are worth chasing even without guarantees. Their friendship often evolves in layers. In public, they might seem like opposites, the calm, reserved strategist beside the vibrant, sociable storyteller. But privately, they share an understanding that goes beyond words. They may not always agree, but they trust each other's intentions. The snake knows the pig's heart is pure, even when it's impulsive. The pig knows the snake's quiet moments aren't indifference, but reflection. This silent understanding creates a powerful emotional safety net between them. The best thing about this friendship is its longevity. Once the Aries snake decides the Leo pig is worth keeping, their loyalty is permanent. They may not always show affection through words or gestures, but they protect their friend fiercely, often in ways unseen. The pig, in turn, would walk through fire for the snake, believing deeply in their bond. They defend the snake in their absence, celebrate their victories, and forgive their rare moments of coldness. Their friendship becomes a quiet pact of faith and fire. Two people so different, yet so perfectly aligned in spirit. Over time, this bond becomes a refuge for both. The snake, who rarely trusts easily, finds peace in the pig's unwavering warmth. The pig, who often gives more than they receive, finds comfort in the snake's steady presence. Together, they create a friendship that is both grounding and elevating, one that grows richer with years, not weaker. It's the kind of friendship that doesn't need constant communication. Silence between them is never empty, only full of understanding. Their differences, rather than dividing them, become the threads that weave their friendship into something lasting. The snake's patience balances the pig's impulsiveness. The pig's optimism lights up the snake's introspection. The result is a friendship that feels fated, as if the universe itself knew that these two needed each other to grow. When they walk side by side, you can sense the dynamic. The snake's eyes always scanning, the pig's laughter ringing through the air, both perfectly themselves, yet perfectly in sync. In the end, their friendship thrives not because it's effortless, but because it's real. It's a meeting of two people who learn, through trial and trust, that difference is not opposition, it's completion. The snake and the pig may come from opposite worlds, but together, they remind us of one profound truth, that sometimes, the most unexpected pairings create the strongest bonds. One plans, the other inspires, and in that perfect balance, their friendship becomes not just lasting, but legendary. Business and career compatibility. When the Aries Snake and Leo Pig step into the world of business together, sparks fly, not of chaos, but of creation. They are a pair that can change landscapes, build brands, and turn bold ideas into thriving empires. Their success lies in the fusion of their opposite strengths. One is a master of structure, the other a master of spirit. Where the snake calculates, the pig inspires. Where the snake sees 10 steps ahead, the pig sees infinite possibilities. Together, they represent the perfect blend of strategy and charisma, a formula that, when balanced, can conquer any professional arena. The Aries Snake in business is precise, disciplined, and laser-focused. They have a mind built for problem-solving, sharp, analytical, and perpetually curious. Nothing escapes their observation. They can read markets, people, and timing like a seasoned chess player, anticipating every move before it happens. For the snake, business isn't just about profit, it's about mastery. They crave excellence, control, and the satisfaction of seeing their plans unfold exactly as intended. They rarely act on impulse. Every decision is researched, every step measured, every risk calculated. Their calm under pressure gives them a silent authority that others instinctively follow. The Leo Pig, meanwhile, is a force of personality. They are natural communicators, born motivators, and magnetic leaders. While the snake works behind the curtain, the pig takes the stage, commanding attention with charm, enthusiasm, and vision. They have an innate ability to make people believe, not just in the project but in themselves. Their optimism is contagious, and their faith in possibility often opens doors that logic alone could not. For the pig, business is as much about connection as it is about commerce. They thrive on collaboration, on building relationships that turn transactions into partnerships. When these two join forces, their synergy is undeniable. The Aries Snake crafts the blueprint, detailed, structured, and future-proof, while the Leo Pig brings it to life, breathing emotion, color, and excitement into the plan. The snake creates the product, the pig sells the dream. The snake ensures the numbers add up, the pig ensures people show up. Together, they are the embodiment of balance, intellect and intuition, precision and persuasion, logic and leadership. Yet, as with all powerful duos, their differences can be both their greatest asset and their greatest challenge. The snake's skepticism can sometimes dampen the pig's enthusiasm. Where the pig sees an open sky full of potential, the snake sees weather patterns, risk, turbulence, unseen threats. The snake, pragmatic and sometimes cynical, might interpret the pig's optimism as recklessness. Meanwhile, the pig might see the snake's cautious nature as negativity or even fear. These differences, if misunderstood, can spark tension in their professional relationship. Their conflicts often stem from pace and perspective. The snake moves methodically, preferring to test the waters before diving in. The pig, confident and impulsive, would rather jump first and figure it out mid-air. To the snake, the pig's risk-taking feels dangerous. To the pig, the snake's caution feels limiting. And yet, when they learn to blend these two approaches, when they understand that risk needs reason and reason needs risk, they become unstoppable. The snake prevents the pig from making costly mistakes. The pig prevents the snake from missing golden opportunities. In leadership, their styles differ but complement each other beautifully when balanced. The Aries Snake leads quietly, from behind the scenes, through influence and intellect. They delegate effectively, but they always keep their hand on the pulse of every project. They believe leadership is about foresight and control. The Leo Pig leads from the front, inspiring through presence, words, and charisma. They thrive on interaction, energy, and movement. For them, leadership is about connection and visibility. When these two respect each other's methods, they create a leadership dynamic that is both strategic and inspiring, one that commands loyalty not through fear or authority, but through vision and trust. In a business partnership, the snake ensures that everything runs efficiently. They handle contracts, finances, and logistics with precision, leaving no detail overlooked. The pig, in turn, takes on the outward-facing roles: marketing, public relations, client relations, areas where their charm and energy shine brightest. The snake's calm steadiness keeps the pig grounded, and the pig's optimism reminds the snake that sometimes, leaps of faith lead to the greatest rewards. This division of labor allows them to play to their natural strengths without competing for control. But their journey to harmony is not automatic. The Aries snake must learn to express appreciation more openly, recognizing that the Leo pig thrives on acknowledgement and emotional validation. A simple word of praise from the snake can energize the pig more than any financial incentive. The pig, on the other hand, must learn to respect the snake's need for structure and patience. Impulsivity, while charming, can frustrate the snake's sense of order. If the pig learns to slow down and include the snake in decision-making, they'll find not a critic, but a powerful ally who can make their dreams sustainable. Their partnership is particularly strong in fields that combine creativity and logic: film, design, marketing, entrepreneurship, politics, or strategy-driven industries. The pig's storytelling ability paired with the snake's strategic brilliance creates products, ideas, or campaigns that are both emotionally compelling and intellectually sound. In meetings, the snake is the quiet authority whose words carry weight, while the pig is the voice that lights up the room, making every idea sound possible. Together, they can win over investors, clients, and competitors alike, one through persuasion, the other through precision. Trust is the cornerstone of their business compatibility. When the snake learns that the pig's optimism is not foolishness but faith, and when the pig realizes that the snake's caution is not fear but foresight, they stop pulling in opposite directions. They begin to operate as a single, unified force. The snake offers protection against failure. The pig offers motivation against stagnation. The result is progress, steady, meaningful, and unstoppable. And what truly sets them apart is their shared ambition. Both want to succeed, not merely for money, but for legacy. The snake wants mastery, the pig wants recognition. Combined, they create enterprises that last, brands that inspire, and reputations that outlive trends. The snake's vision keeps them relevant, the pig's fire keeps them visible. Together, they embody sustainable success, the kind that grows stronger with time rather than fading with hype. When this pair truly understands one another, their professional relationship becomes almost telepathic. The pig reads the room, the snake reads the strategy. The pig knows when to speak, the snake knows what must be said. They make decisions that others might call bold, but in truth, they're perfectly calculated risks shaped by the fusion of instinct and logic. They can dominate any industry they choose, not because they are perfect, but because they know how to fill in each other's gaps. In the end, the business compatibility between Aries snake and Leo pig is a lesson in duality. Success, for them, is not about control or freedom, it's about trust. The snake provides the vision, a map carved from logic and experience. The pig provides the fire, the courage to chase horizons that maps can't always predict. Together, they are not just business partners, they are empire builders, the kind who don't just create wealth, but leave a legacy of brilliance, balance, and belief in what's possible when passion and precision walk hand in hand. Dark sides. Every pairing has shadows, and between an Aries snake and a Leo pig, those shadows are deep, magnetic, and sometimes terrifyingly beautiful. What makes this duo so fascinating in light also makes them volatile in darkness. They are creatures of intensity, both proud, both passionate, both driven by the need to be in control of their world. But when love, trust, or power begins to slip from their grasp, their greatest strengths twist into their greatest weaknesses. The same fire that once warmed their bond can turn into a wildfire that burns through it. When the Aries snake feels threatened, emotionally, intellectually, or socially, their instinct is to withdraw behind a fortress of reason. They don't lash out, they shut down. They retreat into the cold precision of analysis, dissecting every word, every gesture, looking for proof of betrayal or loss of respect. It isn't cruelty that drives them, but fear, the primal fear of vulnerability. The snake, who thrives on control, can't bear the thought of emotional chaos. So instead of expressing pain, they mask it with logic, turning their heartache into strategy. To the Leo pig, this silence feels like abandonment, but for the snake, it's a form of survival. They need distance to regain equilibrium, to rebuild their inner armor before facing the storm again. The Leo pig, however, handles pain in the opposite way. When hurt, they can't hide it, they explode with emotion. Their heart is their weapon and their shield, and they wield it dramatically. They crave acknowledgement, not out of vanity, but because being unseen feels like death to them. The pig's emotional transparency, once endearing, becomes overwhelming when they're wounded. They demand validation, reassurance, sometimes even contrition for things the snake never intended to cause. And if the snake stays cold, the pig's passion curdles into fury. They may shout, cry, or perform their suffering so loudly that it drowns out reason. To the snake, this feels manipulative. To the pig, it feels like self-defense. When both descend into their darker natures, the result is an exhausting emotional standoff. The snake freezes, the pig flares. The more the pig demands warmth, the colder the snake becomes. The more the snake retreats, the louder the pig cries for connection. It becomes a dance of distance and drama, two people trying to be heard in completely opposite languages. The snake seeks control through silence, the pig seeks control through emotion. Neither wins, because both are fighting shadows of themselves, not each other. Underneath these destructive patterns lies a shared wound, the fear of not being enough. The Aries snake hides their insecurity behind competence, power, and intellect, believing that to be loved they must be strong. The Leo pig hides theirs behind generosity and performance, believing they must always be adored. Both crave love that feels unconditional, yet both build walls that make it conditional, the snake by withdrawing it, the pig by demanding it. They mirror each other's anxieties so perfectly that sometimes it feels like they're fighting with reflections rather than real people. In their worst moments, they can truly drain one another. The snake's detachment can feel like emotional starvation to the pig. No amount of pleading or affection seems to pierce that armor of logic. The pig's intensity, meanwhile, can feel suffocating to the snake, an emotional flood that threatens to drown their sense of order and independence. Together, they can create a cycle of push and pull that leaves both exhausted. The snake becomes colder to preserve self-control. The pig becomes louder to preserve connection. They spiral into misunderstanding, each convinced the other is the source of pain when, in truth, they are simply reacting to their own fear of losing love. But these shadows aren't curses, they are clues. They reveal where healing is needed and where growth must happen. The snake must learn that control is not safety, that love cannot flourish behind walls. The pig must learn that validation from others is fleeting, that real security comes from within. When they face their insecurities together, instead of projecting them, their dark sides become teachers. The snake learns empathy through the pig's emotional honesty. The pig learns restraint and reflection through the snake's calm logic. There are nights when the snake's silence will break the pig's heart, and days when the pig's dramatic honesty will rattle the snake's composure. But if they can stay in the discomfort long enough, something miraculous happens. They begin to see that neither emotion nor intellect alone is enough. The snake realizes that the pig's openness isn't weakness, it's courage. The pig sees that the snake's quiet isn't rejection, it's contemplation. Their shadows, when embraced, become bridges to deeper understanding. What's remarkable about this pairing is that their darkness is rarely born of malice. They don't intend to hurt each other, they simply protect themselves in opposite ways. The snake uses silence as armor, the pig uses emotion as proof of love. Both methods are imperfect, yet both come from the same source, an overwhelming need to feel secure. When they recognize this shared vulnerability, the tension begins to melt. The snake starts to open, offering small gestures of affection without fear of losing control. The pig begins to listen, realizing that love doesn't always have to be loud to be real. In professional or emotional crises, their darker traits can even become assets if properly channeled. The snake's capacity for calm detachment can stabilize chaos, while the pig's emotional intuition can re-inspire hope when logic fails. But they must guard against turning those strengths into weapons. A snake who uses intellect to manipulate or a pig who uses emotion to guilt trip will destroy what they've built. True partnership demands awareness, a choice, again and again, to use power for healing, not for dominance. When they finally stop running from their shadows, they begin to transform. The snake, once rigid, learns to bend. The pig, once reactive, learns to breathe. Their love deepens into something far more mature, no longer built on performance or control, but on compassion. They start to speak honestly about what they fear, and in doing so, they rob their darkness of its strength. The arguments lessen, replaced by understanding. The silence grows softer, the emotions calmer. They realize that their flaws were never the enemy, denial was. In the end, the dark sides of the Aries snake and Leo pig don't destroy their connection, they refine it. Their conflicts become catalysts, their wounds become windows, and their pride becomes a path toward empathy. They learn that love isn't the absence of shadow, but the courage to walk through it together. When they do, the snake's composure becomes compassion, and the pig's passion becomes grace. And in that rare equilibrium, they finally discover that even darkness, when shared with understanding, can become a kind of light. Life goals and spiritual connection. The life goals and spiritual connection between an Aries snake and a Leo pig form one of the most paradoxical yet harmonious unions imaginable, a dance between ambition and joy, discipline and spontaneity, intellect and heart. These two approach life from radically different directions, yet they're both climbing the same mountain, the pursuit of meaning. For the Aries snake, life is about mastery, over self, over environment, over destiny. For the Leo pig, life is about warmth, to love deeply, to create beauty, to leave behind a trail of joy wherever they go. Together, they form a partnership that challenges and transforms them both, often in ways neither expects. The Aries snake is a seeker of control and perfection. They believe that life's purpose is to refine oneself, to rise above chaos through clarity, to shape circumstances through willpower, and to carve destiny with precision. Their goals are structured, their path deliberate. Whether in career, personal development, or inner work, they move with unwavering focus. To them, mastery is not about domination but about harmony, the kind that comes from understanding every facet of the self and the world around them. They are drawn to systems, philosophies, and disciplines that promise evolution. Success, for them, is a spiritual exercise, to overcome one's impulses, to sharpen intellect, to cultivate wisdom that endures beyond time. The Leo pig, however, views life through an entirely different lens. For them, the purpose of existence isn't mastery, it's connection. They seek to live fully, to experience love, art, laughter, and belonging. They want to leave behind stories, not trophies, memories, not monuments. Their spiritual path is rooted in the heart, not the mind. They trust that joy is sacred, that kindness is a form of enlightenment, and that every shared moment of love adds light to the world. Their greatest achievement is not control, but contribution, a legacy of warmth that outlives them through the lives they've touched. At first, these worldviews can clash. The snake may see the pig as too idealistic, too soft, too distracted by fleeting pleasures. The pig may see the snake as too rigid, too serious, too unwilling to simply be. The snake's idea of fulfillment lies in solitude and mastery, the pig's in community and expression. Yet, beneath the surface, their differences hide a stunning truth: they are two halves of the same cosmic lesson. The snake seeks enlightenment through control. The pig seeks enlightenment through surrender. One ascends the mountain of self through discipline, the other through devotion. When their paths merge, they realize that neither way is superior, they are both sacred expressions of growth. The Aries snake, through the Leo pig's influence, begins to soften. They start to understand that not everything meaningful must be planned or earned. Sometimes, grace arrives unannounced, and not every victory requires a fight. The pig teaches them the beauty of imperfection, that laughter in the middle of chaos can be more powerful than any strategy. The snake learns that vulnerability isn't failure, it's courage. That love, when freely given, doesn't weaken resolve but gives it purpose. The pig becomes the snake's mirror. showing them that mastery without heart is hollow, that control without compassion leads to isolation. Conversely, the Leo pig evolves profoundly through the snake's steady influence. They begin to see that joy without discipline can drift into chaos. The snake teaches them the value of focus, the art of patience, the strength of structure. Under the snake's guidance, the pig learns to channel their immense creative energy into forms that last, to transform inspiration into tangible success. The pig discovers that passion needs a framework to thrive, that dreams require strategy to endure. Slowly, they grow more centered, learning that spiritual fulfillment isn't just feeling good, it's becoming whole. Spiritually, these two are mirror flames, teaching opposite lessons from the same divine fire. The snake's soul lesson is to surrender, to trust life's flow instead of controlling every current. The pig's soul lesson is to awaken, to bring awareness and discipline into their natural generosity. Together, they illuminate each other's blind spots. The snake helps the pig see the value of silence, solitude, and inner reflection. The pig helps the snake rediscover laughter, empathy, and spontaneity. Their connection becomes a living alchemy, fire and earth, mind and heart, transforming each other through contrast. In the realm of life goals, their partnership can produce astonishing results. When they align, they become visionaries who not only dream big but bring those dreams into reality. The snake's long-term vision pairs perfectly with the pig's emotional intelligence. The snake crafts the blueprint, the pig gives it soul. The snake keeps them grounded, the pig keeps them inspired. They can build lives that are not only successful in a worldly sense but deeply fulfilling in a spiritual one, lives that balance achievement with joy, power with peace. But their growth doesn't come without tests. The snake's perfectionism can sometimes suffocate the pig's spontaneity, making them feel confined or inadequate. The pig's optimism can frustrate the snake, who views blind faith as recklessness. These conflicts, however, are part of their shared evolution. Each argument, each misunderstanding, becomes a step toward integration. They are not meant to agree on everything, they are meant to teach each other everything. The snake shows the pig how to focus their heart. The pig shows the snake how to open theirs. Over time, their spiritual connection deepens beyond romance or companionship. It becomes something elemental, a recognition of souls that have met before and will meet again. They may not always understand each other with words, but they feel each other's energy in silence. The snake senses the pig's laughter before it happens. The pig feels the snake's calm even in chaos. Their bond transcends time and ego. It's a kind of sacred partnership where both are both teacher and student. When together, they instinctively balance the spiritual equation between control and surrender, intellect and intuition, strength and softness. They might even awaken a shared sense of higher purpose. The snake, who seeks to master the self, learns that the ultimate mastery is compassion. The pig, who seeks to spread joy, learns that true joy also requires self-awareness. Together, they may find themselves drawn to paths that blend heart and mind, teaching, healing, art, philanthropy, or spiritual exploration. Their relationship becomes a vessel for transformation, not only for themselves but for others around them. People who encounter them often feel the strange pull of harmony, as if witnessing two forces of nature finally learning to coexist. When life challenges them, and it always does, their differences become their refuge. In moments of loss, the pig's heart keeps them hopeful. In times of confusion, the snake's clarity keeps them steady. Their love becomes less about passion and more about peace, a quiet understanding that they are better together, not because they complete each other, but because they remind each other to stay balanced. The snake's ambition becomes softer, guided by compassion. The pig's kindness becomes wiser, guided by discernment. Together, they turn the chaos of existence into something sacred, a shared rhythm of striving and surrendering, doing and being. In the grand arc of their shared life, the Aries snake and Leo pig may never completely resolve their contradictions, but they don't need to. Their purpose isn't to erase differences but to transcend them. The snake's mastery gives meaning to the pig's joy. The pig's joy gives heart to the snake's mastery. Spiritually, they evolve side by side, not as mirror images but as complements. reflections of how the universe balances opposites to create wholeness. Ultimately, their life goals and spiritual connection tell a story of integration, of learning that ambition without love is hollow, and love without purpose is fleeting. The Aries Snake's pursuit of self-control meets the Leo Pig's pursuit of self-expression, and together, they discover a deeper truth. Fulfillment is not found in extremes, but in equilibrium. They are twin flames, not because they are the same, but because they are opposites that ignite growth in one another. Through each other, they learn that the soul's greatest mastery is joy, and the heart's truest joy is to master the art of living with purpose, compassion, and light. Final conclusions. So, can an Aries Snake and a Leo Pig truly last? The answer is yes, if they're willing to grow. Their relationship is not an easy one, but it is powerful. When they channel their energy toward mutual respect rather than competition, they become unstoppable. The Aries Snake's depth grounds the Leo Pig's exuberance. The Leo Pig's optimism softens the snake's edge. Together, they are fire and light, destruction and rebirth, challenge and comfort, logic and laughter. Their story is not one of perfect harmony but of perfect evolution. Through love, passion, and conflict, they teach each other what it means to balance power with tenderness. And that, perhaps, is the secret of true compatibility. Not finding your mirror, but finding your complement, the one who makes you more than you were before.